Hello, welcome. So today I wanted to share a build with you that I've been having a lot of fun with. And I'm no expert Destiny, loadout builder here or anything like that. But I've just, it's fun for me to kind of play with some loadouts. And so for this build, I call it Fists of Fire, and it's a solar-based build, and it's primarily based around the Sunbracers exotic, where you're throwing out a melee. A firebolt melee, and you're getting a kill with that, and then you're getting unlimited grenades for 5 seconds, as well as a lot of elemental well stuff. So take a look at some footage here. It's pretty fun, and then we'll jump into the actual build. Okay, so let's jump right into the actual build and take you through some of what I've been thinking for this, what I've called the Fists of Fire Season of the Lost Solar build. So we'll just run through the weapons I'm using and then the armor with the different mods. And as I've said before, I'm no expert. You can tweak this and leave comments and let me know what I should be changing or what I should be doing. But I thought this was a fun build to kind of get things going. So let's take a quick look here first at the subclass we're using is going to be Dawnblade. We're going to be using the 2 Min of Sky, which is top tree. The reason for this is because the build is centered around the melee attack, the fire bolts that you sort of shoot out of your hands, the sort of ranged melee attack. So that's the subclass you want to do, top tree solar. And then the primary weapon the kinetic weapon that we're gonna use here is the Traveler's Chosen. It's really important. An important aspect of this is that you get the Traveler's Chosen catalyst. You want to make sure that you pick up that catalyst, and you can get that from just doing stuff in the game like strikes and nightfalls and activities. I think mine dropped in a strike, or it might have been during a mission. I'm not sure, but it will drop if you just play the game. And what's amazing about the catalyst is that you get full auto, which is really nice. It makes the weapon much easier to use. And then this is the key thing, osmosis. You want to make sure that you're getting the osmosis in there. So osmosis is really great because what that does is when you toss a grenade, it turns your kinetic weapon into the element of the subclass that you are using. So if you're on stasis, you'll get a stasis primary, a stasis kinetic. If you're on, whatever. So here, this is important because we want to be sure that the mobs that we're defeating, the enemies that we're defeating, are defeated using solar damage because that's going to help us out with wells later on. So osmosis is a really important perk for this. After Traveler's Chosen, I haven't found the perfect energy weapon yet. Cartesian Coordinate is really good because of the mod from this season that buffs linear and fusion rifles. Linear fusions and fusions. So think about Cartesian Coordinate. I tried a couple of others, like you can see them over here. This auto rifle, which I don't like, it fires a little too slowly for me. But this is a good option for boss damage. So that's what I'm using there. And again, the key thing is that it's a solar weapon. This is like full blast. Go to town with solar. And then Ascendancy, again, I'm looking for a better option here. I think this is a good rocket launcher, and I like it, and it's fun and cool, and it's the seasonal, activity rocket launcher. So But I would like to, I might do some swapping here. As you can see, I like to use 1,000 Voices and Sleeper Simulant, but you can't do those with the Traveler's Chosen because they're all exotic. So if I can find a better choice for the kinetic, or if you have a suggestion, let me know. But these are the weapons that I'm using, and these aren't really the key things. Like, you can swap these around. As long as they're solar, it doesn't really matter. Whatever you like. And then moving over here to the gear side of things. So the idea with this build is you want to go for as much melee energy as you can. The more you can get your melee back, that fireball that you shoot out, the more grenades you're going to have to it's just grenades all day long. And so all the mods here are oriented to help you get that melee energy back as fast as possible. A lot of the Well of Warden, there isn't really a good elemental well mod specifically for melee regeneration. There is a new stasis one that gives you melee back. I'll talk about that in a second. But for the most part, what we're trying to do here is just get back as much energy as possible. And the distinguishing feature, all of the elemental well mods do different things, but all of them give you energy back when you collect a well. And if the well you collect matches your subclass, you get energy back for all 3 of your abilities. And so the point of this build is to be spawning wells all the time so that we're constantly picking them up, which is going to give us a lot of that ability back. And then going back to Traveler's Chosen, which is its intrinsic major perk, is this thing called Gift of the Traveler, where you accumulate stacks of gathering light, and then you hold down your fire button to sort of consume those stacks of light, and that gives you a major boost back to your ability regeneration. So that's the point here. So Well of Ordnance is giving us a solar elemental well. When you pick up a solar elemental well, you're getting grenade energy back. And you can stack copies of these, but I don't do that. I've also thrown on here Ashes to Ashes, so we're also getting a lot of super energy with grenade kills, which is good because as soon as we trigger our exotic hands here, we're getting unlimited grenades. And that's sort of the centerpiece of this build, is going to be the Sunbracers. So as you can see, like, again, I haven't maxed all this out yet. They're not all, what's it called? Masterworked yet. But the idea is going to be to have 2 melee kickstart mods on here eventually to give us that melee energy back as soon as possible. But the thing about Sunbracers is I love Sunbracers because when you get that melee kill, you immediately get unlimited grenades for 5 seconds. You can literally just throw grenades. You can just spam the grenade button, and you can throw down like 6 or 7 solar grenades. And if you're getting your melee back really quickly, then you're just going to be able to keep doing this as long as you're sort of proccing that, you're getting that kill with the melee. So the hood, we've got the Well of Ordnance, which I just went over. We've got Sunbracers in the hand slot with melee kickstart. On the body, Elemental Ordnance, again, defeating a combatant with a grenade spawns an elemental well that matches your subclass. So solar wells is what we're after here, and we're throwing grenades constantly after we proc our hands. And so Elemental Ordnance is great because we're getting all these wells, and all the wells that we're spawning all the time are giving energy back to our melee, so we can keep this cycle rolling. So Elemental Ordnance there on the body. On the boots, we've got Font of Might. So because we're picking up all of these elemental wells that match our subclass, we're also getting a bonus damage to solar weapons, which is why I suggested using solar weapons primarily in your loadout. And don't forget that Traveler's Chosen is going to become solar when you throw out that grenade because of osmosis. So you're going to get sort of a very kind of ubiquitous damage buff here, which is pretty nice. And then on the bond, we're running the particle deconstruction, which is that really cool mod this season that buffs your fusion rifle and linear fusion rifle. So that Cartesian coordinate is going to be buffed because of this, which is nice. And then elemental armaments. So weapon takedowns with a damage type that matches your subclass element have an escalating chance to spawn an elemental well. And so again, we're using all those solar weapons. So we're getting elemental wells all the time. And that's sort of the synergy of this build is getting as many elemental wells as you can, like elemental wells all the time. And as you pick those up, you're going to be getting back your grenade energy or your melee energy really quickly. You're going to throw out a melee attack, and then you're going to blow stuff up with grenades. So it's quite fun, and I really enjoy this build a lot. I call it the Fists of Fire. So check out some of the footage. If you have any questions, leave some comments. Let me know. And I hope you enjoy the build. I hope you have fun with it. I enjoy solar because it's just very chaotic. So enjoy, have fun, and let me know what you think. Thank you so much for watching the video. If you want to support the channel and me, and if you want me to make some more videos and stuff, consider liking and subscribing and doing all that fun stuff. Thanks so much for hanging out. I'm Epic99, and this is Gaming with Heart.